G'day Argy Bargy crew, hope you're having a fantastic day today and your family's happy and healthy. Okay, we're going to take a look at some more news about the 1.51 update for ATS and ETS2. This one particularly concerning the ATS version and what's happening with Oklahoma City. I'll read directly from their blog page so that I don't get anything wrong. Okay, so they say that today we are happy to share some news on the Oklahoma DLC for American Truck Simulator, which will be receiving an update. The missing link of the I-44 has been frequently requested by our community, so we are glad to be able to bring this new content as part of the upcoming 1.51 update for ATS. And then they go on. Oops. Currently in Oklahoma DLC, the middle section of Interstate 44 through Oklahoma City is missing. However, in the 1.51 update, we are happy to bring that in, which connects the western and eastern sections completing I-44 in Oklahoma. This will, of course, come as a free update to all current owners of the Oklahoma DLC, so that you won't have to pay anything extra for this extra content, which is a good thing. And we'll just have a look at some of the images so you get an idea of what it's going to look like. And go on from there. Okay, what do they say here? This is not all, however, the I-44. Oh, that is not all, however. Got to get that right. Okay, I'll say that again. That is not all, however. The I-44 will also include 2 new depots for players to deliver to and from, a furniture store and a construction site. I think this next image is the construction site, which looks quite interesting. Along with this addition, players will also be treated to 2 new truck stops. And I'm guessing as we go through here, you'll see those images on the I-40, which are located nearby the Arkansas border, which is a US state also in development for American Truck Simulator. We believe this will be an ideal point for truckers to explore the new edition of Oklahoma and the state of Arkansas once it's released. So be sure to take note. So let's take a look at some photos here. I'm guessing these are the truck stops they're talking about, which again look interesting. And let's see if there's anything further down that they want to talk about. Yes, what have they got here? Once 1.51 releases, be sure to check out Oklahoma again and travel on the new section of the I-44. Until then, make sure to keep an eye on our official social media channels and this blog for the latest news on all our upcoming projects and more. So it looks like they're definitely getting right into it, because these images that we're seeing here are looking very interesting. Very different. They've done a good job. It's one thing they've really got a good eye for detail, these guys. I mean, look at that. Full-on construction site. Yeah, you've got all the lunch break rooms, and yeah, they've done a really good job. Okay, so that's the latest news that I've found on the 1.51 update. So the I-44 will be completed, and it will connect the east to the west and vice versa. And also they're talking about Arkansas upcoming, and that it will be a gateway to the Arkansas DLC. So looking forward to that. Okay, so now we're going to take the 389 Peterbilt out. It's the default 389 from the game. Excuse me. It has been, I've modded it a little bit using a couple of different mods, including a new engine for it, and which I'll leave a leave a link in the description below if you're interested in the engine. A lot of people that hear this engine keep asking where I get it from. It's a free mod from the workshop. So if you're interested, again, like I say, it'll be in the description below. And let's get this job happening. I'm here at Equos Power, ready to pick the job up. Let's see what it is. Okay, what are we picking up? Alright, so we're picking up a wind turbine tower, 18 tons. We're going from Lawton in Oklahoma to Woodward in Oklahoma. And it should take us about just under 3 hours to get there. So we'll take the job. Where are we picking up from? Up further. Okay. Let's have a look at the truck and the trailer. And find out where we're picking up from. Should be up here a bit further. No, it might be around the back. It looks like it is. Let them know we're coming. Ooh. Let's do this first. I forgot to turn my head tracker on. I always do that. Okay, let's see if it's working. If the head tracker's working. Yep, no problem. Okay. Oops. Okay. Let's reverse back. And what we'll do is we'll drive into that yard there and reverse back in from the yard. Alright, let's see how we go here. Probably end up hitting that concrete barrier. Yeah, went too wide. Okay. Got to get up close to this barrier here on the right as we're looking back. Not too close. Ooh. That's better. Now we just got to hope we don't hit that other barrier on the left. Which we should be right. Methinks. He hopes. Alright, now we'll straighten her up. Alright, we should be right now. That's better. All right. Perfect. Beautiful. Alright, now let's step outside, load up. This looks like we're going to be in the dark. Although it's, what, 7 o'clock according to this, and it's still light. Alright, so yes, there it is, the wind turbine tower. And we shall get on our way.
Time to hit the road.
And I'll tell you while we're driving along, about some upcoming information. Okay, so the first bit of information I'll give you is that I'm going to start live streaming. I've said this before in some other videos, and people are probably wondering when I'm ever going to get to it. Well, I can say to you that it will be very soon, very, very soon, within the next couple of days, possibly, if everything goes okay. The reason I say that is because there was a bit of a saga when I was doing some testing.
Turn left.
And that saga was that I did a test live stream in OBS, which is my recording software, and I have
Right.
the system set up in a way that I record everything onto a laptop, so it takes the strain off of the PC that I run the game off of, so that the game can run smoothly. And oh, wrong gear. And but everything went fine. I tested it, I set it all up, tested it, and I have
Keep
3
left,
screens
and then turn left.
that I use. So I've got triple screens on the
Turn
PC.
left.
Then I have the... Oh, sorry guys. Thought you let me through. Then I have the laptop to record off of, or record onto. And like I say, everything went fine. Tested it, checked on YouTube after I'd done the live stream to see how everything went. There weren't any stutters or anything like that. And I was quite happy with the
Keep
outcome.
left, and then turn
And
left.
went on doing some other things on the computer. Then all of a sudden, my screen started to flicker
Turn left.
on the PC, and let me in. Are you going to go through? What? Make your mind up. Thanks, mate. And I only had one screen. The right-hand screen was the only one I could see anything on. And I thought, oh, what's happened here? There's something going with my graphics card. Have I blown my graphics card? So on this PC, I have 2 operating systems so that I can use one for gaming and one for my everyday use. So I can change between the 2. So when I'm gaming, I use that partition with that operating system. It frees everything up.
Keep left, and then turn
And
left.
I had, like I say, I have another partition with just my standard setup for when I'm doing everyday stuff. So I checked on my everyday partition to see if the screens were working, and they were. All 3 screens were working, but my laptop screen wasn't showing up because it runs through the PC. It's a weird setup, but anyway, it wasn't showing up. So I thought, that means that the problem isn't with my monitors, because my monitors are working correctly on that partition. So I went back to the gaming partition, and I could still only get 1 screen, or I could get 2 screens, but that was the middle screen and the left screen, or just the right screen, if you get what I mean. So I could get 2 screens, middle screen, left screen, or I could only just get the 1. And I couldn't get the laptop working. So I thought, okay, it's got to be software based or setup based. So I thought, okay, I'll check the laptop and see how that's running. And everything seemed to be running fine on that, except I noticed that my drivers, I've got a program that automatically updates my drivers. And I noticed that it wasn't running correctly. So I checked it, and I got 22 drivers that were out of date. So I set that to start updating them, and then I went back to the PC to see if I could correct the issues I was having with the 3 monitors. So it turns out that for some reason the PC had changed its resolution setting. So instead of it being 6,000 and something by 3,000 or something, because of it being 3 screens, it was 1920 by 1080. So it had reverted back to default resolution. That's why I was having the problem. So I changed the resolution to the 6,000, but I still could only get, I could get the 3 screens, but instead of it being 3 separate screens, it was 3 screens with 1 big massive screen, which is not what I want. It turned out that for some reason Ifinity Pro, it's AMD GPU, Ifinity Pro had turned itself on and reset everything. Don't know what happened. I've got a real dicky mouse that for some reason will click itself on and off, which I've since taken off of this computer now, and I've got it on the laptop. But at least I've got a decent mouse on this. So anyway, cut a long story short, it appears that the mouse for some reason had, oops, here are we in? The mouse had for some reason clicked itself on and clicked on iFinity Pro, started it up, caused all sorts of problems. Cut a long story short again, I
Go straight on.
went back in, reset the monitors so that I got them all working as single screens. Great, no problems. Went back to the laptop now that all these updates were going on. By the way, this took me about 7 hours in total to fix all this. So, get in gear. Went back to the laptop and all the settings for the laptop have been set back to default once I'd updated all the drivers. Where am I going? Wrong way. Not supposed to turn here. See, that's because I'm talking to you. I got carried away. You can see this is not edited and not scripted and not practiced. Oh well. I got fined and I've got a car coming up beside me that doesn't want to let me in. Made a mess of that, didn't I? Good thing there was no cops around.
Straight on.
Okay, so yes, all the settings have been set up incorrectly. So I went in to try and find out what was causing the problem with the capture card, which is on the laptop. And it turns out, like I say, all the settings have been set back to default. So I went through and found the capture card, set that up to what I thought was right, but my program, my OBS program, my recording program still wouldn't recognize it. Cut a long story short with that, I had to go through so many different hoops to find the right setting because it's Windows 11 on the laptop and it's like a maze trying to find your correct settings for anything on that. Eventually I got the capture card working and it was capturing sound and image. At first it was only capturing image, no sound, but anyway, I got that working. But then my mic, my headphone mic, which I use to record all my videos, wasn't working. So I went into the sound settings and couldn't find what the problem was, so I started troubleshooter, and the troubleshooter told me that it was something wasn't enabled and that it needed to be enabled. So I did that, followed the instructions, and the mic worked, but it sounded as though I was in a tunnel and I was screaming.
Turn left.
It sounded absolute garbage. So it turns out that was the wrong setting. So I went from there into the actual sound settings in the other settings for the sound on Windows 11 and tried every setting I could possibly find. But what it was doing was it was telling me that my microphone, my headphone microphone, was not plugged in, but it was. So for some reason it wasn't recognizing it. And again, I couldn't work that out. So I went through all the settings again. I know this is boring, but I'm getting to a point here. Went through all the settings and eventually I found another setting which was through the Realtek dashboard. The Realtek sound dashboard, which I then went into and I couldn't, it was just two basic settings. One was for microphone and one was for something else. I can't remember what it was because I wasn't concerned about that. So the microphone was there. I clicked on it and it said, yeah, okay, turn the volume up, test the microphone, tested it, nothing. It still wouldn't work. Then I looked right down the bottom and it said something like advanced sound settings. So I clicked that on and lo and behold, there's a little drop down comes up. And it's for that plug that is on the right hand side, which it says is actually on the left hand side of the computer, but it's actually on the right hand side. But anyway, so the little drop down
Exit right.
had line in, mic in, and about 3 other different settings. It was set on one of the incorrect settings. So I turned on mic in and it started working. But then I went to
Turn right.
my OBS, which is my recording software, tested the microphone, and again it sounded like garbage. So what it had done was, oops, headlight usage, sorry. Whoop. It's been drinking again. And yeah, so all the settings in OBS were wrong, so I had to reset all those up. And the outcome of it is, it seems as though everything is okay now, which means that I can start doing convoys because everything that I tested up good. I'm going to do one more live test again, live stream test, just make sure everything's alright. One more convoy test to make sure that's okay. If it is, on my Discord channel, I will let people know when that convoy will be coming up. If you're interested in it, guys, please join my Discord and you'll find out the information to it there and when that's likely to happen, which will be soon, hopefully. And like I say, I'll leave a link for the Discord down in the description, and I'll leave a link for the engine in this truck down there, so if you're interested in that, you can get it for yourself. Again, it's a free mod, and hopefully we'll be convoying soon and live streaming on YouTube, so you never know, you might be the next YouTube star. So hopefully that wasn't well, it was a bit of a ramble, but you get the point. I spent 7 hours trying to get this all set up after I'd already set it up and everything worked fine, and then everything got thrown out. But I'm going to do another test, like I say, just to make sure everything is working correctly. And now that I've removed that mouse from the system, hopefully we won't get the spontaneous clicking and turning things on when it shouldn't be. That's what you get when you buy a cheap, crappy mouse. So there's that. So live streaming's coming up, convoy's coming up. If you want to be a part of it, get on the Discord channel and all the information will be there, and away you go. There was something else I was going to tell you about. Oh, there's an upcoming video where I show you how to set up SimDash on a couple of Android devices and your PC. So if you're interested in doing this, you'll be able to see that in that video, and I should be popping that up on YouTube probably Friday, Saturday night. More likely Saturday night, I'd say. So if you're interested in that, within the next couple of days that'll be uploaded for you to have a look at. Clinton discovered.
Go straight on. Go straight on. Go straight on.
But yeah, if you're interested in Sim Dash, these two things here, this is a button box basically, and this is a instrument cluster panel. You can put whatever you want on there. I'll be explaining that in the upcoming video in a few days time, and just how you can set it up and get it running on your game. The good thing about it is it's not just for ATS and ETS2. You can actually use it in a heap of other games. So if you've got any racing simulators or driving simulators, you can set it up on basically most of the ones that are out there at the moment. There is a free version of Sim Dash, which includes a limited amount of games, or there's a paid one which includes all the games that you'd want to use it on, and that's what I've got. I've got the paid one. I started off with the free to test it, and it worked so well I went for the paid. The good thing about the paid is that it includes, like I say, so many other games, like Assetto Corsa, F1, blah blah blah. You get the idea. And I think it cost me about $8 Australian. So I mean, you know, it's basically a cup of coffee and a bun. The cost of a cup of coffee and a bun, it's worth it, is what I'm saying. It's definitely worth the cost. It's updated regularly. In fact, it just recently had an update. So that's something to consider. It's not like it's been abandoned or anything. And it's quite popular, and I've had no problems with it whatsoever. I had a problem a while back, probably about a month back, where it wasn't working, and I thought, what's going on? But it was because my Wi-Fi had been reset, and my IP numbers or IP addresses had been changed. So it's dependent on IP addresses, because it works over Wi-Fi or over Ethernet, whichever one you prefer. And yeah, so if you're interested in it, hang out until that video is released.
Go straight on.
Whoa. And then you'll get to see how to do it. Yeah, the profile I'm on right now is the Convoy profile that I'll be using. That's why I've got all the standard GPS stuff and the mirrors. I don't normally run that. I've got different mods that I use to give me better GPS and better mirrors. But because this is Convoy, you've got to try and keep everything as minimal as far as mods go as possible. If it's marked optional, the mod, it will work in Convoy for everybody, and not everybody has to. It's risky. I can't see anything. Those mirrors are right in the way. Let's see if I get hit by anything. I like to try and keep my view inside the cab, so it's as real as possible. Sometimes I'll flick the outside if I really need to. Other times I'll risk it, like I just did then, and hope that I don't get hit. But yeah, so like I say, this is a Convoy profile, and I've only got 3 mods on this. The engine mod that you can hear now, the mod that allows me to have Tiger up there on the dash, the cat, which is Fazel's cats, and there is one other, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, the sound mod that you can get on, the most popular sound mod there is that you can get on the workshop. They're all optional, so it means that the guys, once they join the Convoy, they don't need to have them, or they can add them, so they're optional. That's why they're called optional. But that means the Convoy will still work. Some of the mods, if they're not optional, means that you have to have everybody have those mods for the convoy to work, or else they just conflict. So if you're using mods with your convoy, you've got to remember that everybody has to have the same mods in the same order for that convoy to work, or they have to be optional, and then it doesn't matter.
Go straight on.
Ooh, see if I can make it without getting a fine. Ooh, just did it. Excellent. Excellent.
Go straight on.
Wake everyone up. Oh, jeez, mate. That was close. Pulled straight out on me.
And then turn left.
You drop kick. Oh, another Tesla, no
Turn
wonder. Can't stand Tesla drivers. Think they're invisible. Or invincible, I mean. Drop kick. Jeez, this light's taking a while to change. Oop, wrong gear again.
Go straight on.
Prime rib. Oh, I could do with some prime rib right now. Getting hungry. Oop. I was looking to the left off screen then. My head tracker followed me. The thing about it is I've got this set up to turn it off so I can then look around. But sometimes I forget to.
Go straight on.
Okay, we're about 10 minutes away from the drop-off, so not far now.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Let's keep our fingers crossed that it's an easy drop-off. And it's not a tight
Turn
one or a
right.
blind one. Oops, I've got the head tracker off. Okay. Now, having the GPS down in the corner there is confusing for me now because I normally have it up above on the top of the screen with the mod that I use, and I keep looking up at the top of the screen to see where I am on the GPS when it's down on the right hand side, and sometimes it causes me to drive in erratic directions. So I'm not drunk, but I assume I am.
Get ready to turn left. left.
This is going to be a tight one. No problem.
Get ready to turn right.
I don't think I've ever dropped off here before. Oh good, it's a nice easy one. Love it when a plan comes together.
You have arrived at your destination. Your route guidance is now finished.
Thank you. All right, let's see how we did. We did excellent. 129 miles, 4 hours 38, and 38 gallons of fuel. We made $10,000, or just over. Thank you very much. So yeah, all that I spoke about with the links and whatnot will be down in the description. And if you're interested in convoys, join the Discord. There'll be news on there about it. Just remember that the Discord channel is being updated at the moment, so there's a bit of confusion. Some of the channels are empty, some of them have got stuff in it, but it'll all sort it out in the end and we'll be up and running, not a problem. All right, so yes, don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Share it with a friend if you think somebody be interested in any of this entertainment news about ATS and the update. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do that. It's free, you might as well, and YouTube likes it. All right, guys, thanks very much. Hopefully, we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.